Why do we replace 10 to 20 projects every single year that other companies installed just 2 or 3 years ago? Because they all skip the same critical step. And if you don't know what it is, your new floors are headed for the same fate. The flooring replacement tips I'm about to share could save you from wasting thousands of dollars and having to rip everything out and start over. Coming up in this video, you're going to learn 3 critical things. First, what preparation work is actually necessary before your new flooring goes down, and why skipping it guarantees failure. Second, how much proper subfloor preparation will cost you so you can budget correctly and avoid getting blindsided. And third, whether you can skip any step to save money or time, or if cutting corners will just cost you thousands more down the road. Before we get into the technical stuff, I want to show you something that will make this whole thing click together. Imagine you've got a tablecloth on your kitchen table. Now put some random objects underneath the tablecloth. You've got bumps and valleys all over the place, right? Now imagine trying to lay flooring on top of that tablecloth. It's not going to stay flat. It's going to rock back and forth, tilt, and eventually something is going to go wrong. Your flooring is exactly like this. It can only be as good as what's underneath it. If your subfloor has humps, valleys, moisture issues, or damage, your beautiful new floors don't stand a chance. They're going to fail. And here's the thing that really gets me. 90% of flooring projects are installed without the company doing any subfloor preparation. That's not a typo. 90% of projects, which leads to a very high flooring failure rate within just 3 to 5 years. We personally as a company have to redo over 20 projects every single year that were installed by other companies because they didn't do any subfloor preparation. And these are projects that failed within 2 or 3 years. And those aren't even all of them. That's just what we take on. I've had cases where whole subdivisions of new houses had to get their flooring replaced within just 1 year because the floors were gapping and separating. So let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. Let's start with the basics. Your subfloor is what's underneath your finished flooring. It's usually plywood or concrete. Subfloor preparation means getting that surface perfectly flat, dry and solid before any new flooring goes down. Self-leveling compound is one of the main tools we use to make that happen. You pour it on uneven spots and it spreads out and hardens into a perfectly smooth, flat surface. Think of it like filling in potholes on a road where you repave it. Without that step, every bump and dip is going to show through your new floors. And here's what a lot of people don't realize. Flooring manufacturers require your subfloor to be flat within 1/8 of an inch over a 6-foot span. That's the standard. If you've got a hump or a valley that's more than 1/8 of an inch, you need to fix it. Either sand it down, grind the concrete, or fill the low spots with a self-leveling compound. And most installers skip this completely. There are 4 main problems I see over and over again. First, unevenness. Those humps and valleys I mentioned. If your floor isn't flat, your new flooring is going to shift, separate, buckle over time. Second, moisture problems. This is huge, especially with concrete floors. If there's too much moisture coming up from the concrete, it's going to warp and damage your floor from underneath. You need a moisture barrier to stop that. And third, rot and structural damage. If you've got wood subfloors that are rotting, soft, or damaged, they need to be replaced before anything else happens. Laying new flooring over rotten wood is like putting a fresh coat of paint on a rusted car. It looks good for a minute, but it's not going to last. And fourth, squeaks. If your subfloor is loose or moving, you'll hear it every time you walk across the room. That movement also puts stress on your new flooring and can cause it to fail. Every single one of these issues will destroy your new flooring if you ignore them. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And here's a simple test you can do yourself. Grab a 6-foot straight edge or level, lay it flat on your subfloor in different directions. Then, get down and look underneath it. If you see gaps bigger than 1/8 of an inch, that's a problem. You need leveling work. Another thing to check is moisture. You can buy a moisture meter at any hardware store. If you're installing over concrete, test the moisture levels. Anything above the manufacturer's recommendation range means you need a moisture barrier. You can also just walk around the room and feel for soft spots or listen to squeaks. If the floor feels spongy or makes noise, there's an issue underneath that needs fixing. Now, a professional installer should be doing all of this and more. They should be checking flatness with a straight edge. They should be testing for moisture if you're on a concrete slab, and they should be inspecting for any structural issues before they start the project. If your installer shows up and doesn't check any of this, that's a massive red flag. I know what you're thinking. How much is this going to cost me? Here's the honest answer. Proper subfloor preparation can add anywhere from $2 to $5 per square foot to your total project cost. For a 1,000 square foot home, that's an extra $2,000 to $5,000. And I get it. That sounds like a lot of money, but here's the thing. It's actually the cheapest insurance you can buy. Think about it this way. If you skip the prep work, you save that $2,000 to $5,000, and your floors fail within 2 years, you're now paying for the entire flooring project all over again. New materials, new labor, removal of the failed flooring, disposal costs. You're looking at $10,000 to $20,000 depending on what type of flooring you chose. So that $2,000 to $5,000 you saved just costs you double or triple that amount. What you're actually paying for when you invest in subfloor prep is time, materials, and expertise. It takes time to properly level a floor. The self-leveling compound itself isn't cheap, and you need someone who knows what they're doing. A bad leveling job can be just as bad as no leveling job at all. But when it's done right, you'll never have to feel those humps and valleys when you walk across your floor. No more separation, no more gap issues, just a smooth, solid floor that lasts for decades. So if self-floor preparation is so important, why do 90% of companies skip it? 3 reasons. First, it takes more time, which means less profit for them. If a company can knock out your installation in 1 day instead of one install in 3 to 4 days, they make more money. Subfloor prep slows that down. Second, it requires professionally trained installers. Most flooring installers have never been trained on proper subfloor preparation. They don't know how to use self-leveling compounds correctly, or they don't know which products to use. They don't know how to check for moisture. They just want to slap the flooring down and move on to the next job. And third, most homeowners don't know to ask for it. If you don't know subfloor prep is necessary, you're not going to demand it. And the company isn't going to volunteer to do extra work that cuts into their profit. That's the industry dirty secret. They're banking on you not knowing any better. And when customers see the prep work and the process versus just wanting flooring installed, they're amazed at how much work actually goes into the prep work compared to the installation itself. It opens their eyes to why most companies skip this step, because it's a lot of work. You need professionally trained installers to do this properly, which means companies have to invest more money and more time in training qualified people and accept longer installation times, which leads to less profit. That's why most companies don't do anything. Can you do subfloor preparation yourself? In most cases, no. You need to have specialized tools, and you need to know which materials you need to use. It also takes a lot of time to get professionally trained to make sure everything is done within manufacturer's specifications. It's best to hire a professional company to do it properly. And if you've got structural issues like rotting joists or moisture or major foundation problems, that's not a DIY project. You need a contractor who knows what they're doing. The risks of DIY subfloor work gone wrong are pretty serious. You could end up spending more money fixing your mistakes than you would have by just hiring someone in the first place. And if your floors failed because of bad prep work, even if you did it yourself, you're still out all that money. Here's something that almost nobody talks about. All flooring warranties are voided if you don't do proper subfloor preparation. I'm not exaggerating. Go read your flooring warranty right now. Somewhere in there, it's going to say that subfloor must meet certain flatness and moisture requirements. If it doesn't, and your floor fails, the manufacturer isn't covering it, your installer isn't covering it, and you're on your own. What manufacturers actually require is an 1/8 of an inch flatness within 6 foot. That's the standard. They also require moisture levels to be within a specific range for concrete subfloors. And they require that the subfloor be structurally sound with no rot, damage, or movement. If any of those requirements are met, your warranty is worthless. And listen to this, most installers don't tell you this. They'll install your flooring over terrible subfloor, take your money, and disappear. When your floor fails 6 months to a year later, you call them and they blame the manufacturer. You call the manufacturer and they say the subfloor wasn't prepped correctly, so it's not covered. Now you're stuck paying for the entire project all over again out of your own pocket. That's why subfloor preparation isn't optional, it's a requirement. And that's the difference between having protection if something goes wrong and being completely on your own. So how do you make sure your installer isn't going to skip the step? You ask specific questions and you get everything in writing. First question, will you be checking the subfloor for flatness before installation? They should say yes and explain how they'll do it. Second question, will you be using a self-leveling compound if needed? And is that included in your quote? If they say it's extra, ask how much extra and get a detailed estimate. Third question, for concrete subfloors, will you be testing the moisture and installing a moisture barrier if needed? Again, this should be a yes and it should be in writing. Fourth question, what happens if you find major subfloor issues during the project? You want to know upfront how they'll handle unexpected problems and who's paying for it. Look for these things in your contract. They should specifically mention subfloor preparation, leveling, and moisture testing. They should include those costs, not just say they might be extra. They should spell out exactly what's covered under the workmanship warranty. Most companies offer 1-year warranty, which is not enough to make sure your floor will last a long time. And here are some red flags in quotes that tell you they're planning to skip the prep work. If the quote just says flooring installation with no mention of subfloor preparation, that's a red flag. If the price seems way lower than other quotes, they're probably cutting corners somewhere. And it's usually the prep work. And if the installer shows up without a level, moisture meter, or any other tools for checking the subfloor, just send them home. They're not going to do the work properly. Now that you know proper subfloor preparation is absolutely critical, you need to make sure you're ready for it. In my next video, I walk you through exactly how to prepare your home for flooring installation, including what you need to do before your installers arrive and how to make sure subfloor preparation is actually part of your project. Click here to watch it now so your installation goes smoothly and your floors last decades, not just a few years.